Yes, people, welcome back to episode 3 of the Is Yours Gold podcast. I am joined here once again with my boy Aaron. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. We come to you quite late on a Monday evening, 2 days after Arsenal win 3-0 over Nottingham Forest, back to winning ways in the Premier League. Happy? I'm happy. You happy, Aaron?
Yeah, listen, I'm delighted, but we're going to get into that.
Yes, we will. But people, just to get out of the way, if you do go enjoy the podcast, first of all, thank you for clicking once again. Hopefully, gonna gain more of an audience as we continue. Just keep on pushing everything. Thank you all the support currently on the TikTok, Instagram. We've got over 1 million views on the Instagram in the past 30 days. It's been insane. So we're like just about to hit 3K on that as well. TikTok's been good. So thank you all for that. And yeah, man, I'm gonna keep going harder. But anyways, let's start with what we all want to get out of our chests. It is the Nottingham Forest result. Aaron, did you watch the game? I'm guessing you watched the game.
Yeah, man. We watch every game. Yeah.
It was, I think, the first thing I saw, well, like most of us, the lineup, and the main talking point was the Rice dropping. I just want to know what was your opinion on that? Because I don't think any of us, when me and you were talking in the preview, we never really predicted that as an option because we all talk about Marino, how he was against Spain, and if he did start, I don't think any of us thought that would be the dropping of Rice. But yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I never expected Rice to be dropped. That's the last thing. Like you said, in the previous episode, we've discussed Rice as our potential player of the year. So for him to be dropped in a massive home game, this is probably our toughest home game. Yeah, obviously we played Liverpool, played Leeds, but yeah, this one was like we had to get the 3 points. So I wasn't expecting Rice to be dropped, but at the end of the day, the manager's thinking, you know what, Marino, he's come off a very good international break. He's in hot form. Why not start him?
Yeah, no, I mean, it almost worked out straight away. You had the early chance with Marino, who realistically probably should have scored. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good save themselves, but at close range, he made himself big. But regardless, yeah, I think he should have taken his chance. But I don't think he. I think the thing of Marino is he doesn't really have bad games per se. It's just he doesn't do anything special. If that is that fair?
Yeah, no, you know what? That's a very fair comment to make, but I actually felt like his game against Nottingham Forest, I think that's the best I've ever seen him play in the midfield. I just feel like he was actually involved in the game. It felt like he was actually picking up the ball and carrying it. He was actually like, getting the ball on the swivel, turning past one or two players and driving towards the box and letting the ball off. That's something I have not seen him do that. Do you understand? So I actually felt like he was involved for once rather than just getting the ball, passing it on and, running or just pressing. He actually did something offensively.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. I was happy. I mean, even I think it's fun to point out the fact that there's the Real Sociedad midfield a couple of years back is funny
Yeah.
with. Oh, I mean, obviously it lasted not as long as we probably expected. With Odegaard going out again with the same injury on the shoulder. I mean, that wasn't a good sign. But I'm at a point where when he does come off, I'm not that distraught anymore, which is amazing to say. Unfortunate for him, but I think Nwaneri, I mean, albeit it wasn't his brightest of games, I think he was okay. Didn't do anything special, but I was happy. I mean, that might just be my opinion, but I don't want it to be a recurring issue because that's when I start to think, okay, this guy's going to start getting injury prone. It's not going to look good. But yeah, I mean, regardless, overall, I was happy and just yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Funny enough, we saw his arm in a cast throughout the game, and he just so happens to just receive a disgusting challenge. I don't think it was a good challenge. Even whether he won the ball or not, I just think it was a bit rash. But
Hmm.
that's my opinion. But he's fallen on the same damn shoulder, unfortunately,
Yeah.
and we don't know how long he's going to be out for. But like you said, the squad depth now it's at a level. It's the best I've ever seen it as an Arsenal fan, in my opinion. I don't think I've ever seen these options left, right, and centre. And Ethan Nwaneri comes on, and yeah, it wasn't his best game, but I think what he brings is his ability to just carry the ball. Like there's so many times throughout the game he just picks up the ball from our half and he just drives towards the box. Even sometimes on the break, he'll drive towards the opposition's goal, and that's something Odegaard. I ain't really seen that of him since maybe like 22, 23. He doesn't really pick up the ball and drive with it. He'll drop deep, collect the ball, then just let it off again. But yeah, that's the quality Ethan brings, and especially that sort of turn he does, and then the left foot short of finesse shot. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Another few standout performances. Obviously, you've got to go with Zubimendi. I mean,
Yeah.
what oh, it was amazing. Honestly, I was very, very happy with him. I thought just regardless of his goals, which by the way, what a finish at the first one, second one a header. I mean, guy in the tallest, but bloody hell, we can leap. But that's I mean, I remember there was a time early in the game as well. We jumped really, really high. I thought, what the hell? And by the way, if that's Man United fans, they're gassing it. Oh my god, Sesko, look how high he jumped. But,
Gassing 100%.
like we got some Mendy, man. But I mean, regardless, I just think he was didn't put a foot wrong. The technique on his from that first goal, and he could have had a. I think there was a similar scenario almost immediately after we had another corner, and that one just blazed over. But regardless, it's just if he can get that consistent ball strike into his game, I like similar to how I know people will say this is a wild comparison, but you know, Rodri, they
Yeah.
have been compared before because of obviously their impact on the Euro final. And Rodri's always been known for having a rocket on him. You know, you think of the Champions League final, you think
Yeah.
of Aston Villa in the final day of the season when they won the league. He pops up with a goal now and then. He's even scored one against us. So if Zubimendi can add that to him, then we're in for a good ride.
Yeah, if Zubimendi adds that ball striking ability to his game, the threat we're going to have is going to be crazy. We're going to be causing chaos on the left flank and the right. We've got Victor Gyokeres up front. Do you understand? That guy needs to be man marked every single game. You can't leave him free. Like Arteta said, if you leave him in space one-on-one, he'll kill you. Like, that guy, he will eat you up. So if Zubimendi can add that to his game, do you know how much that helps us against low blocks as well? Those guys that just sit in their box, just okay, here's the ball. Okay, we'll give it to Zubimendi. He'll just pop it in the net. If he can add that, the threat is going to be crazy, man. Goals left, right,
Yeah,
and center.
it's a good point. And now I do want to touch on, well, I think really the main man. I mean, if we're not going to give it to Zubimendi, I mean, he'll get the headlines because of the 2 goals and the wonder finish. But Noni Madueke, I was not familiar with your game. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he was. I wasn't a hater, but obviously it was the whole aspects around how we gave him Chelsea again, how the money was spent on him again. But listen, man, back-to-back performances. But I've looked at him, I thought, wow, you know, did against Liverpool. Obviously, no end product at that time, and I guess still no end product here. He hasn't got a goal and assist, but my word, was he on fire? He rips the defense. I mean, I remember there was a nice little. He sent Anderson for a dummy at one point. That was so smooth, like really. That those little intricate details, once you see them, you'll realize how crucial they are. But they were so good, such a joy to watch, and just so direct. That's the one thing I really did like about him. I mean, you look at sometimes with Martinelli, the main frustration is how long he takes, and you know, just not getting the ball. You know, we've got a striker, we've got Gyokeres, and Martinelli hasn't really been one to cross since we've got him. Madueke consistently taking on his man, beating his man, and getting something on the end of it. And yeah, I was happy to see that from him.
Listen, I knew there was something about this guy when I watched the Liverpool game, and it's a weird comparison, but it was like Nicolas Pepe at Anfield. You know when you
Yeah,
see him do a move and you say, you know what, there's something about that player, and that was the first time I watched Noni Madueke. I thought against Kirkes, you know what, he's got a bit of something about him. He may not be the finished product. He's not as close as Saka. Come on, you know what Saka's been doing for years. But
yeah,
he definitely has the pace took me by surprise, and just how direct he is. I mean, if he can be a consistent bagsman, bro, the level he's gonna get to, I think he's got a really high ceiling. Like after watching him for these first few games, I don't want to speak too soon, but the ceiling is mad, and I just think the way our Nottingham Forest set up, I just think it was wrong anyway. Yeah, you had Williams on one flank, this Morata guy or Morata on the other flank, and he just couldn't deal with Noni. Like Noni will do a fake step over, he's falling for it, and then just kick it past him, stop and go, and he just couldn't live with it. It's kind of like Doku against United yesterday. That stop and go sort of jerky movement, defenders they can't deal with it, and I just thought I was so impressed with the performance. Even his corner taking, bro, that took me by surprise because I wouldn't expect him to be on corners, but his deliveries weren't too bad.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think thankfully they learned their lesson from doing the silly in swingers at Anfield. They went back to the out swingers, and
Yeah,
yeah, he was. I don't know. That's the thing that annoyed me about Anfield. It's just why didn't he take the corners then? It made no sense at the time. It still doesn't. It
didn't
makes
make
even
any
less sense now
sense.
because now there's proof.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, very happy with him. I agree, and it just goes to show. Sometimes I know people like to complain that international break, but realistically, it's done Arsenal a lot of good. Madueke played amazing for England and looks to have brought that form into Arsenal. And same with Marino, was amazing, and he was still playing well. Same as with Mendy. I'm got many positives, and yeah, overall, just happy with them. I mean, yeah, I think the only other thing I'd say is, as in starting lineup wise, Martinelli got dropped, which I think we all
yeah,
saw coming, and
yeah.
Eze coming in for him, and Gyokeres and Eze linking up. Okay, what more could you ask for? I mean, it was perfect.
And what more could you ask for? I thought in the first half we just weren't giving the ball to Eze enough, and I'm thinking, why have we spent all this money just to not pass the ball to him? You've got a 60+ million pound player who's quality, Premier League proven. Get the ball to him. The first time we got the ball to him properly, he produces an assist. Like, come on, guys, what are we doing here? We need to, when we don't have Saka and Odegaard out the team in the team, sorry, we need to get used to distributing the ball more evenly. Stop keep on going down the right hand side and all that. When you have Eze and Madueke, bro, that's two unpredictable wingers. You don't know what their next move is going to be, and you got Victor up front as well. I just thought every time we gave Eze the ball, he showed something. Unfortunately, Martinelli can't, and that's just a threat from a goal or a threat from an assist. Like, bro, did you see his move what he did on the touchline?
Is this Eze?
Eze, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
crazy.
What? Yeah, I
Like,
remember the little flip behind him and went to
yeah,
Marino and
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
crazy. Like, by the way, the ball from Calafiori as well, top
Yeah, I say
tier.
shout out to him. Like at one point, I looked at my screen. He was on like right centre mid, like a right wing. I don't even know what, but he plays that role so well in the midfield, and I think sometimes because of his stature and how tall he is, people think
Yeah,
that might not be a good ball player. Don't be fooled. That guy's a baller, man. He's slowly become one of my favourite Arsenal players. The only thing I do say with him sometimes, he can be a little bit easy to run by. I just wish he was a bit more physical because he's a strong guy, man. He's tall. He just needs to use it a bit more. But you know, happy
yeah.
for
I
him.
think I think with Calafiori in that position, I think it's a game changer because I think the thing is, Lewis Skelly can do it as well, but he's a bit more of a risk taker, and he does get caught quite a bit. Whereas Calafiori, I think he's more safer on the ball. He's sort of more reliable in that aspect. But they're two great options to have, and they're interchangeable. I could see Skelly starting this UCL game we have tomorrow. But going back to Calafiori, honestly, I feel like this season, I know it's only a few games been played, but I feel like the level's gone up, man. Like last season or season before, anytime he'll get 3 games, he'll just drop down injured. Next minute, the guy has to hold bench because he's not fit enough to start. And then he comes on, he's getting sort of rinsed by a fullback because he's not fully fit. Do you understand? Not because he's a bad defender, but when you have a fully fit Calafiori in this team, he brings, like you said, that physical stature, his ball carrying ability. Bro, the way how he runs with the ball, it's like a horse galloping. It's powerful, man. It's different breed. I'm telling you, this guy, he's gone up a level. I want him. Listen, in the toughest games, I want him starting. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah. I think he's starting to show that as well, that he has that about him. But honestly, like I say, I think it's more of just one of them, another perfect day out at an Arsenal. Like you go to get an Arsenal ticket, you go to the Emirates. Nice. It wasn't particularly sunny. I mean, it was raining at times, sunny at
Yeah.
times. It's been like that recently. Like all month, it's been like that, isn't it? It's just a joke. But we had that at Leeds 5-0, here 3-0, clean sheet. I mean, what more could you ask for? Only other thing I would say is Mascara. I mean,
Yeah.
he was once again. We didn't miss Saliba, which is the best compliment I could ever give him. I mean, I think about Nottingham Forest's chances. There's only two I can really think of, maybe three.
The
The
cross.
first, yeah, there's the Gibbs White one. The first half, he just missed it. And kind of forgot about that. And then we have the freak deflection where, yeah, like you said, the cross came off of Chris Wood's like head or chest or something, hit the bar. And did he save it, David Ray? I heard people say it's fingertip save.
Yeah, when I looked at it, it was a fingertip save. I actually think he got a fingertip to it. It was
Hmm.
incredible. But that's if he did. To me, it looked like he
Yeah.
did.
No, I agree. But I mean, that's just, I think, the levels of Raya. Like, he didn't have to do anything all game. And that's what top keepers have to do. All of a sudden, boom, you have a chance. You have to stay switched on 24/7. And that's the one thing that arguably Ramsdale didn't do because, you've seen some of the, not to throw dirt on him, but, some of the things he came out with. That's what a keeper like Raya can get you. So, I think, yeah,
Yeah.
big difference maker.
Honestly, like you said, big shout out to we've already shout out to Rhea before, but big shout out to Mascara. I feel like I have to keep repeating myself every episode. Like you said, whenever Saliba's out, this guy steps in. Guys, he hasn't been in the Premier League at all. This is his first few games. He got thrown into Anfield, did exceptionally well. He's coming here first home start, I believe, exceptionally well. Didn't put a foot wrong. I couldn't remember who crossed it from Nottingham Forest, but this ball was dangerous. And the way he dealt with it, he headed it out. Bro, I'm telling you, if he didn't header it, that was going in. But I just can't remember what player put the ball in. But the way
Is it
on
Enjoy,
Mascara
something like that? I can't remember.
could
I
have
don't know.
been. But the way we dealt with it, yeah, it was just honestly, on the ball, bro, he's so comfortable. He really
Very.
does have like great decision making on the ball. Like when they're pressing him, he's not afraid to go back to the keeper. Sometimes, listen, he'll carry the ball like 5-10 yards. Honestly, you can't quote me on this, but I think on FB Ref, I think he had the most carries out of all the players. I think him and Gabriel had the most carries the whole game, which is expected from centre backs, but
Yeah.
but that's the level you need to be at to play for Arsenal. You have to be
Yeah.
very comfortable on the ball, and didn't put a foot wrong. 13 million, bro. To
Bargain.
me, that might be the sign of the summer. I think
Yeah.
it is.
And that alone just says it all because the amount of money we spent on the likes of Gyokeres and Zubimendi and Eze. I mean, Mosquera, back to back, we're talking about him, comparing him to our best. Well, arguably, I know Gabriel and Saliba, the conversation has closed a bit more. When everybody turns back on. But I mean, honestly, it has been, like I say, amazing for him. It's been great. I mean, I'm just so happy with him. I'm not missing Saliba. But like in saying that, he is back in training, so hopefully we can see him tomorrow. But
Hopefully.
yeah, you got anything else to add, or should we move on?
I just want to just shout out to the manager, because I feel
Oh,
like
giving him
yeah,
props. He's
yeah,
giving him
yeah.
props.
You know what it is with the manager. Look, if people don't know my views, I've questioned him a lot. Do you understand? And for me, the way how I see it is, this is the season for me. Do you understand? He's got everything at his disposal. If he doesn't do it, for me, we've got to get the next man in. That's just how I see it. Agree to disagree, let me know. But I think, bro, he got everything right. I can't even lie. From the subs, just the in-game management, not starting Rice to keep him fresh for this upcoming UCL game. I think the way how he set us up was fantastic, and the first half wasn't great, but you can see the adjustment in the second half. Way more direct. I mean, the first half to the second half, it's night and day. We picked up the pace drastically, bro. Like honestly, not stalling on the ball, just quick. The tempo just went up, and they couldn't deal with it. It was like they was being bombarded. They couldn't deal with it. Even look at the movement between Eze, Noni Madueke and Gyokeres. The chance that went off the bar. Bro, if that
Yes.
went in,
Oh
oh my
yeah,
gosh, bro.
that was a
If
proper goal. Yeah, that would have been a great goal.
that was a crazy move, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
just
mean,
shout out the manager. Because usually these are the stumbling blocks. Usually we do well against the big six, but it's the home games. We've seen it. Villa, West Ham, Fulham. Bro, we've seen too many of those games where it goes wrong at home.
mm-hmm. No, I agree completely, and I think on that Gyokeres chance, that pretty much sums up everything about Gyokeres, in my opinion. That man is a bagsman. We want a bagsman. We've got a bagsman. If you want, like, you can see the sheer brute, his ball striking. He's gonna get us goals. Yes, in the more high profile games, he might go a little bit missing per se, but he's improving. You can see that even more. He had a couple of good flick-ons, and I'm growing to him game by game. And I think that is can only ever be a positive, really.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Game by game, I think he's looking stronger and he's actually getting more involved in the play.
Mm.
And to everyone speaking rubbish about Victor Gyokeres, my striker, he has 3 goals, 4 games, by the way. So when Ekatike is dropping his stinker, I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything about that guy. Where was he against Burnley? Anyway, we're gonna get into Liverpool because I have a
Yeah,
lot to
yeah.
say about
You
this
know what?
club. I
That is
have
a
a
good
lot to
slide.
say.
I like that. That's a good transition. We might as well get into him now. You
Now let's get into. I have a lot to say. Listen, if you think you're gonna win the league playing like that, I've got something for you, buddy. Do you understand? Salah stinker and hooked, as Lee Gunner says. That guy is non-existent, but he's inevitable, bro. Just I can't deal with it, man.
That is my issue with Liverpool, man. It's just, especially Salah, he's just so inevitable, man. And I knew it. I was watching the game on the screen at work, and I saw 90th minute, 92nd minute. Obviously, they're down to 10 minutes this time. And by the way, shout out to Burnley, man. I was actually going to make a separate TikTok on my personal channel about this because they have been really. I think I put them down as 20th. I think. I don't know about you, but I mean, I think they were given to go down. So far, they're putting in good performances. Scott Parker, remember, this is the man that lost 9-0 with Bournemouth in the 22-23 seasons against Liverpool at
Yeah,
Anfield. Now, don't get me wrong, they weren't great attackingly, but, don't underestimate how hard it is to keep a clean sheet against Liverpool. Up until the 95th minute with that penalty. I mean, it's such a. The way he did it as well, just like blocking it with his arm as well. I just felt really bad for them. My heart goes out to them, and that's back-to-back games now. Obviously, Man United, the final kick of the game with a penalty. Now, Liverpool with a penalty. They've had some really tough fixtures, and they probably deserve more than 0 points. But yeah, I mean, like you say, is it sustainable, Liverpool? I don't know, but this is what I said last year. I said it the exact same thing. They were playing bad. They were nicking results not last second, and I thought, and to be fair, if we were how we were the year before, we would have caught up to them. So realistically, I get what you're saying. I'm positive that even if their luck does not run out per se, but they can slip up a couple of draws here and there. As long as we are now better, that we can capitalize and not slip up against Everton at home. Remember, we went to that game 0-0,
yep.
or I don't know, Fulham 1-1. Games like that. As long as now we take it seriously, get those points, get out of there, and just keep the pressure on. And I promise you, yeah, like you say, we will definitely put it onto them come May.
I'm sorry, but look, there's 2 ways you can look at it. The first way is how I look at it, being that it's just not sustainable. I don't care what anyone's telling me. You cannot win a league playing like that. However, let's relax. They've only played how many games is it? 4 games.
Four
It's
games,
game
yeah.
week 4. So I'm not going to get too carried away. I'm just saying that they've got very, very, very lucky. Do you understand?
Hmm.
However, you could look at it another way and you could say, well, you know what? Liverpool ain't playing their best, but they're still getting results. So it depends how you flip the coin. But to me personally, I know that's not sustainable. And I think they've got lucky at, like you said, shout out to Burnley because I think they put in a shift, a proper defensive shift. In terms of their attacking threat, it was non-existent. They simply just couldn't hold the ball for dear
Yeah.
life. Like they just pump up the ball, it goes straight to Van Dijk, Konate, they deal with it. But look, Liverpool, you better step it up, man, because even against us, it took a free kick to win them that game.
Yeah, and they were poor. I don't care what anyone says. They
They
were
were not
poor, just like us.
they were not good, but that's all I have to say about Liverpool. We will see in it. We will see.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree on the most part. I can respect that, like you say, they're winning when they don't particularly look like they're playing well. And the whole cliche is it's a sign of champions. I will beg to differ. We will come see. I mean, that's all we can really say at this moment. But like you say, at the end of the day, they will not be counting their performances at the end of the season. They will be counting points. So
No.
they will be happier than we will. However, yeah, apart from that, I don't really know any other results that we really want to touch on. The only other thing I would say is who else competes with us? Chelsea and City, I guess. City 3-0 win. Looks a bit better. And Chelsea, I mean, bottled it last second, 2-2. That's about it, to be honest. I don't really have any opinions
Yeah,
on them.
I mean, Chelsea just being the same old Chelsea. This is the issue with Chelsea, why they can't mount a title charge, because they'll have a great result and then they'll get a 2-2, you
Yeah.
understand, against teams they should be beating. Um, Palmer scored for once, so for all you FPL guys, he's finally back
You have
after.
him still?
No chance.
I was going to say, I
Listen,
haven't had him for a minute.
that was his first open play goal since I've watched, I don't know, Home Alone.
Ooh.
But anyway, let's
Oh my
look,
god.
as for Man City, honestly, I don't really have much to say because Man United are shambles.
They
Like
are a
their
joke.
manager's clueless, and you see the meme where he's just moving the pieces like he's trying to cook something. You ain't cooking anything, buddy. You understand? You're just as good as a chef as I am. That's all I'm saying. Oh my gosh.
No, they are been. I mean, I saw a thing on Sky, a statistic the other day, or I think it was today. So if you eliminate all the bottom three, if you eliminate the bottom three from last year and the three that got promoted this year, so it's just 1 to 17, the
Yeah.
teams that were in the league last year and this year, they are bottom. They are 17th with Tottenham just above them. I
Yeah.
mean, they have been awful. It's a disgrace, and long may it continue. So I'm going to say I feel for the guy. I feel sorry for the guy that is growing his hair. I mean, he's going to be growing his hair for a long, long time. But less we say about it, the better. But yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it for my results. I mean, anything else you want to add, or
um,
should we move on?
I say move on. Yeah.
Oh well. Champions League, the champions. Good times, man. We are back in the UCL. And Athletic Bilbao. It's not an easy place to start, away from home. But how are you feeling? That's what I want to know. How are you feeling?
Yeah. I feel quite confident going into this game. Yeah, Champions League not easy. But you know what? At the end of the day, I saw a statistic that they basically, I don't know how they did it, but they sort of calculated the difficulty of each team.
Oh,
And our draw was quite easy, It may not look like it on paper, and it might not turn out to be that way. But in terms of the statistics, and maybe it was like average position each team finished or something like that. Our
yeah.
draw was quite an easy draw, and obviously this place it ain't easy to go to. They got good
No,
players. Do you
no.
understand? But like I said, I think we've got the best defense in the whole of Europe. We can go anywhere, keep a clean sheet. The issue is, can we score goals? Listen, with these new players, I believe we can now. I believe we can. So I'm predicting a win.
Yeah. Okay. We'll definitely get onto that. The one thing I did want to mention beforehand, what do you think the lineup's going to be looking like? I think that would be the main topic. Obviously, Saliba is back. He is
Yeah.
back for selection. Odegaard will be out. That's confirmed now. And we're still waiting on Saka and Havertz. We're going to have to think about them for quite a bit now. But yeah, just would you go for, I don't know, does Martinelli come in? Even think about Trossard. I mean, we forgot to mention him. He come off the bench, got an assist.
Yeah.
So is he knocking on the door? Who were you thinking in the lineup
I
tomorrow?
think the lineup is going to be the same as what happened last game. I think the only change that comes in, obviously Rice comes in because he was rested. So you have Rice, Zubimendi, obviously Odegaard, like you said, won't play. He could put. I'm thinking he could actually put Eze there. I don't think he will. I think Eze will start on the left. The same front three that we had before. But I could see him putting Eze in a central position, and I could see him starting Martinelli. I could see him actually doing that.
Yeah, I can kind of agree with that. The only reason why I think he might potentially, let's say, he opt for Eze is because, well, in the middle over Nwaneri, is because just he always has this thing with those young people. Nwaneri's 18. I think
Mm.
throwing him Champions League, which I think he could do. I think he could hack it.
Yeah.
But if I'm being real, I think he's going to keep Eze on the left and he's going to go Marino, Rice, and Zubimendi. That's how I see it.
Rice, Zubimendi. Yeah. That's a good point. I wasn't even
Because
thinking that. Yeah.
I just think, I don't know about you, I like Eze a lot. However, I do think he's better off the left. I have to be honest. I think 1-on-1, that's how he's better. He's better coming up against the man, taking him on, getting around him. I don't, in those little small phases, that like small pockets of space, he definitely can pull it off. It's just against your position. And this side, I think they're going to give us a lot of respect. I think they're going to sit back quite a bit. And like watching him in on international duty as he did struggle. He did struggle against Andorra, and that's the main reason why we struggled a lot creativity wise. But so I think Arteta will go safely. He will still start him over Martinelli, so he'll be on the left, and we'll have him, Gyokeres, Madueke, and I don't think he'll start Ranieri as much as I want him to. And I'll go Marino, Rice, and Zubamendi, and then same back four. I think he might, like you say, start MLS, but I think he'll go for Calafiori still. Just like I say, the stature and coming to a tough place. But yeah,
Yeah, I think the managers. I think his priorities is to just get the win, get the 3 points on the board, especially since it's the opening game.
yeah,
I would like to see Skelly come in there, but it's a bit of a hostile environment, so maybe Calafiori is better. And he's been playing well, so just I don't know, keep the good fortune running, I guess.
hmm
Um, yeah, that's a good point you made. I could see him starting Marino, but I don't really see the needs why. Do you understand? I don't
mm.
see the reason why. I feel like we can score goals against this side. I don't think defensively. I don't think they're anything world class or great. I think we can break them down.
Mm.
I think it's going to be a back and forth game. Funny enough.
Really,
Yeah, it's the opening Champions League game. They're gonna want to win. We're gonna want to win.
yeah.
I see there being chances.
Yeah, true. They're going to be up for it, so will we. I've even seen, like, I've tried to get a look into their players. Obviously, we know Nico Williams. He's going to be the biggest threat for us. He'll probably be on Timber's side, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And then other than that, the only notable person that I know from like a couple of years, obviously, there's people that've been there for ages, like the keeper's been there years, and obviously the way that they buy players obviously have to be from. Are they like Spanish Basque, something like
Yeah.
that? But yeah, I know Laporte plays there now. Fucking from what's it
Oh,
called? I remember we used to play there as a kid. Actually, yeah, I
Laporte.
remember that. That was an old FIFA.
Hmm.
Damn. But yeah. I mean, other than that, I haven't really got much to say. I think if you want to move on and go to predictions.
Um. Yeah. I don't really have anything to say. I just want to see another good performance. I just want to see back-to-back good performances. I don't want us to have this great performance and then just fall off or play how we was playing before, where there's low chance creativity and all that. I want us to keep playing in this way where when we're creating chances.
I agree, and I think it's about keeping that momentum. You've
Yeah.
seen how many games we have this month; it's a ridiculous amount.
Crazy. Yeah.
And next, after this, obviously on the weekend, Sunday, we've got Man City. So it's not going to get any easier.
No.
And yeah, we're just going to keep on riding the momentum, like I say. However, should we move on to predictions? Let's go quickly double check from last week. As you can see, Mr. Aaron 2-0, and myself, I'm happy to say, we're on the scoreboard, baby. 3-0. I can't when I was watching the game, I
Yeah.
actually thought about it. Like, I think towards the end, I thought, oh my god, wait, we've got a prediction table now, don't we? And I saw 3-0. I was, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. But
I thought you went 3-1. Funny enough, I don't know why.
yeah, no, I think I checked, but
Mm.
I'll definitely double check in the edit, and if so, I'll have a massive sign saying "twat" above my head right now. But regardless, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 1-0. So yeah, that's one correct score to 0. However, Mr. Aaron, have you thought about your prediction for tomorrow? Bilbao away.
Bilbao
What do you think
away.
about it?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's going to be an open game, but not in terms of like goal scoring. I just think there's going to be a lot of transitional periods in the midfield. I think we're taking a 2-1 win.
2-1. I
Yeah.
like it. Ooh. I'm gonna go for 2-0.
2-0. Okay.
I think, yeah. I'll go for a clean sheet on the road. I mean, it could be 2-1's not a bad guess, to be honest. I'd like to say something like 3-1, but do you know
Mm.
3-1? I think that has to be the most like common score prediction ever in life. You're someone with the score prediction is going to be 3-1, 3-1, 3-1. That's why I
3-1,
hate doing
3-1.
it.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
But I'll go 2-0. I'll go for another clean sheet. Start off the campaign well. Yeah, I think it'll be like one of those games that we score early. It will be us pretty much holding out, and then towards the end we get another, and yeah, 2-0 wrap
Yeah.
it up.
Yeah.
But
I think so. I think the most important thing is within the first 20 minutes, we just need to just control the game. Don't let the game get too rash and too
yeah,
wild. Because the away team in the Champions League, you know how these European teams get. The atmosphere is crazy. You've seen it. You've been to the Champions League games. Even when we've been together to the games, when they come to the Emirates, they're crazy. These fans, man.
yeah, I've definitely missed them, and yeah, it's good to be back. I think it's just the fact that we are back year in year out talking about our Champions League. It's good. It's good to be home, and
Mm,
hopefully we'll do more than just qualify one of these days and actually get our hands on those. Yeah, the most prestigious trophy, the one that we've been missing all our lives. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll be happy with a nice win. Like you say, the group, um, we have chances to definitely pick up points, but you want to start off well. So
yeah.
yeah, man, that is pretty much what I've got to add. Darren, you got anything else that you want to
Um.
comment on?
No, not really. Just hopefully we get a good performance tomorrow. Let's keep this winning streak, please, Arsenal.
Amen to that. All right, people. Thank you very much for watching. I think we will have one more podcast after this, probably around coming out like Thursday, Friday times. So
Yeah,
then we can preview the Man City game, review the Bilbao game, and yeah, man, like you say, like it's going to be thick and fast this week. We're going to have a lot of. The thing is, you know what we're going to become? We're going to start becoming the people that enjoy international breaks because we won't have
we
to do
will
podcasts.
every time. Yeah, yeah. It's
But
gonna be a lot.
anyway, I know what we signed up for, and I'm enjoying it so far. It's been
Yeah,
nice,
it's been
very,
good.
very, very fun. But yeah, if you've come from TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you come from, you've seen us on your Explore page on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like; it really does help a lot. Comment down below what's your prediction, and yeah, if, like you say, if I haven't seen any of our socials, AFC Elite on all platforms. Always pumping out content. You know how we do around here. Individual channels, Mr. Aaron, you want to say yours?
Yeah, man. ABZ. Hopefully, it'll be in the description. Check it out. Like I said, I've been teasing this for a while. Some fitness content coming. Yeah, you'll see really soon.
Love to see it. Love to see it. And myself, Harry2 or MHL in the description as well. But people, thank you all very, very much for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. And we will hopefully see you on the next episode very, very soon.
Peace.